In 1689, Edward Blackwell, an ambitious merchant from England, arrived along the rugged northern coast. Polished, deliberate, and attentive, he quickly made himself known to Nathaniel Thorne and Seraphina, offering his knowledge of trade, supply routes, and connections in the colonies. Thorne, ever practical, welcomed Blackwell's expertise, seeing the potential for mutual benefit in their alliance. Blackwell's demeanor was courteous, respectful, and seemingly sincere, earning the trust of both Thorne and Seraphina. Yet beneath the surface there was a spark of fascination, particularly towards Seraphina. He noticed the intelligence in her gaze, the quiet confidence with which she moved through the world, and the way she seemed to command respect without demanding it. As weeks passed, his friendship with Thorne grew naturally, through shared meals, discussions of trade, and long evenings on the cliffs overlooking the sea. Seraphina observed quietly, noting his charm and skillful attention, unsure of the subtle undercurrent she felt whenever he lingered in a conversation with her. Though nothing was overt, and all actions appeared polite and honorable, a sense of something unspoken lingered, an ambition quietly interwoven with admiration, and perhaps something more personal, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Over the months that followed, Edward Blackwell became a frequent presence at the Ravencroft Manor. He offered practical advice on trade routes, helping the provisions, and even shared tales of distant ports, earning Thorne's respect for his knowledge and his actions were consistently thoughtful, his demeanor composed, and his counsel often invaluable. Seraphina observed him with a cautious curiosity. Blackwell was polite and attentive, yet there was something in the way he lingered on her words, the subtle attentiveness in his gestures, that suggested he noticed more than just her role as Thorne's partner. Still, his charm and apparent sincerity allowed her to relax, trusting him enough to engage in conversation about the land, local customs, and even the manor's defenses. In these quiet moments, a friendship was forged. Blackwell proved himself reliable, patient, and generous with both knowledge and companionship. Thorne, grateful for the support in matters of both domestic and maritime, welcomed him fully into the household, never suspecting the personal interests that quietly threaded beneath Blackwell's careful facade. As the seasons passed, Blackwell's admiration for Seraphina quietly shifted. Respect and courtesy gave way to more insidious longing. He watched the ease of her interactions with Thorne, the quiet laughter they shared, and the trust she placed in her husband, and a bitter sense of envy took root. Outwardly, he remained a dependable friend, offering guidance and support with a polished courtesy. No one could suspect the inner turmoil of desire and ambition that twisted beneath his calm facade. Every word, every gesture was calculated to maintain the trust he had carefully earned. In secret, Blackwell's mind wandered. He imagined Seraphina's attention turning toward him, moments when Thorne was away at sea, and the private closeness he could one day command. Each thought sharpened his longing, fueling the careful plotting that would slowly dismantle the couple's world. He studied Thorne's routines, the pirates' routes, the hidden coves protecting his wealth, taking note of every vulnerability. Seraphina, with her quiet strength and sharp mind, became the object of both admiration and obsession. Blackwell's desire was a dangerous shadow, concealed beneath friendship, waiting for the precise moment to strike. As the months passed, Edward Blackwell's envy toward Captain Thorne grew, shimmering beneath the surface even as he maintained the guise of a trusted friend. Every conversation, every shared laugh, and every exchange of trade knowledge strengthened the bond he had carefully cultivated with both Thorne and Seraphina. Yet, beneath his polite words and calculated gestures, a darker plan began to form. He imagined himself in Thorne's place, commanding respect, claiming the estate, and winning the Seraphina's admiration. Thoughts of her in quiet moments, while Thorne was at sea, stirred desires he would not openly admit. In his mind, he envisioned winning her attention, coaxing her affection, and eventually making her his own. All the while, he kept his envy hidden, careful not to betray the trust he had earned. Then, the moment came. Under the guise of concern and loyalty, he sent a selective intelligence to the East India Trading Company. Details of Thorne's planned sailing route, his estimated time at sea, and the general strength of his crew. He left all knowledge of hidden coves and treasure untouched, keeping those secrets for himself. Far from the cliffs of Maine, the East India Company's ships intercepted the sea serpent. Despite Thorne's skillful command and the fierce resistance of his men, the battle was brutal and decisive. The ship sank beneath the waves, taking Nathaniel Thorne and most of his crew with it. Back at Ravenscroft Manor, news of the tragedy shattered Seraphina. She mourned in private, unaware that the betrayal had come from the man she considered a friend. When Blackwell arrived shortly after, bearing feigned sorrow and hollow condolences, She sensed the falseness in his eyes. Though he had eliminated his rival, his next goal was clear: Seraphina herself. After Thorne's death, Edward Blackwell made his move. Cloaked in false sympathy, he approached Seraphina with words of comfort, but his intentions soon became clear. He sought more than companionship. He sought possession. Subtle, insistent, he tried to bend her will, imagining her yielding to his desires while Nathaniel was gone. Seraphina, sensing the darkness in his ambition, met his advances with defiance. It was then that the truth of his betrayal came to light. Confronting him, she pieced together the evidence confirming that he had orchestrated Thorne's demise. Enraged by her rejection and the exposure of his treachery, Blackwell stormed from the manor, leaving Seraphina to act. Knowing the danger was far from over, she devised a plan of her own. Dr. Emery Graves, loyal and nearby, arrived at Ravenscroft Manor, and she entrusted him with the Codex, the sacred family tome of magic. She made him swear to protect it, to hide it from Edward Blackwell, and to keep it safe until her bloodline could reclaim it. Next, she turned to her handmaiden, Alara. With a sum of coin and careful instructions, Seraphina guided her through the hidden tunnels within the manor. Alara fled under the cover of night, carrying the infant heir away to safety just as the villagers, led by Blackwell, approached. Seraphina did not resist as they seized her. Bound and dragged to the village center, she was placed at the stake, the flames licking closer. The villagers whispered of witchcraft, unaware that the woman before them had long walked the line between myth and reality. As the fire rose, Seraphina revealed her true power. Flames danced unnaturally, the winds howled with her voice, and the full extent of her magic became undeniable. Shocked, Edward Blackwell realized too late the depth of the woman he had coveted and the consequences of his envy. With a voice carried on the flames and wind, Seraphina cursed him and his lineage. Ravenscroft Manor, its secrets, and Thorne's treasure would remain hidden, protected by her magic. Only her bloodline could ever reclaim that what was rightfully hers. And for generations, the Blackwell family would live under the weight of her wrath, obsessed, unsettled, and haunted by the legacy they had tried to claim.